Hi everyone, my name is Erin and I'd like to start our presentation off by painting a picture for you of what our group believes would be the least motivating job. Some of you may have personal experience in food service jobs, but imagine a position that exemplifies all of the most terrible aspects of the fast food service industry. So picture this, you work long, late hours in a dirty, rundown facility. The machinery barely works and you fear looking behind boxes because of the cockroaches you might find. You've been working there for years, but still make minimum wage and have never been acknowledged for your hard work. Customers don't even try to tip you. Sure, you work hard, but what does it matter? There's no opportunity to be promoted, and even if you did get a promotion, what's the excitement in being a shift leader at the most miserable fast food restaurant in the world? Customers are unbearably rude to you, so much that they have brought you close to tears on several occasions. Even when you are courteous and friendly, they treat you like scum and as if you are an uneducated swine. Not to mention, your coworkers certainly don't make life easier. They slack off and leave most of the work for you. They complain constantly, but barely know how to do the most simple tasks around the store. They are regularly late or don't show up at all, leaving you to flounder on your own, attempting to juggle 2 or 3 positions because they decided to give themselves a day off. At this restaurant, you feel disrespected, taken advantage of, and generally worthless. It might even cause you to question your own worth outside of your job, because if all you're good for is flipping burgers and making milkshakes, there's really no point in even trying. Sounds pretty demotivating to me.
Hi, I'm Lexis. I'm here to talk about the biological component of being a fast food employee as the least motivating job. Well, there's not really a way that a job can biologically be unmotivating since it is not a living being. However, the people that are fast food employees could have some biological explanations as to why they are. It is clear that these people are not motivated to strive for the greater potential that they hold. The question is why? Well, fear could be one possible explanation. Fear activates the behavioral inhibition system. This system creates the response to avoid certain behavior. This behavior could even be beneficial to the person, such as putting themselves out there for the greater potentials. This fear can stem from the person's self-esteem. Self-esteem has been positively linked to a range of behaviors such as mastery and achievement, subjective well-being, and health. Pride and high self-esteem can sustain goal-directed behavior and increase traits such as confidence, independence, curiosity, and initiative. People who hold low self-esteem for themselves have a greater risk for aggression, delinquency, drug abuse, depression, poor school performance, spousal abuse, child abuse, etc. These traits can also be the explanation as to why the people in this industry are not able to get better jobs as well. With these traits not able to properly be treated by professionals because of the lack of financial support from their job, it is no wonder why this can be considered the least motivating job.
Hi, my name is Milena and we'll be talking about the learn component for a fast food chain. So basically in a fast food place is usually stressful, it's fast paced, you have to learn a lot of things. And so basically the learning component is governed by attention. We like to learn different things, and by learning that we like to be positive rewarded. We like to seek approval, and in a fast food place there is really none of that stuff. You don't have many opportunities. You're always on the go and everything is fast. You're having rude customers at all times, and if you're working at a place where your coworkers are not really helping you, they are leaving you to do their jobs, and you're not getting any incentives out of this, then you get very unmotivated to go to your job. The social incentive theory talks about positive rewarding. And so we experience this often when we do what others tell us to do. When our bosses tell us to do something, if we do it right, we expect to get approval. We like to avoid disapproval. But if we are always getting yelled at, we're not getting rewarded for anything that we do, then you will be very unmotivated to go to your job every day with a smile on your face. You will still go because that's your job, but you know that you're gonna get minimum wage, and it's just it would show in your face when you're doing your customer service, and it just is lack of lack of interest in doing what you have to do in your job daily. So this is a very good example that we chose as a group for a fast food place. It usually tends to be very unmotivated. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.
Hello, I'm Darren, and I'll discuss the cognitive component of our least motivating job, the fast food worker. Let's start off with the cognitive dissonance theory, which details that humans will process information that is in agreement with their present beliefs, attitudes, values, and stereotypes, while ignoring any inconsistent information. This means that the average customer reduces every fast food worker they encounter to a stereotype. The stereotype of the fast food worker, at least in America, is that of an uneducated, low-life, lazy dirtbag. Therefore, customers only see the worst in the fast food workers and ignore their better qualities. It is not uncommon for these workers to be unfairly judged or to be the victim of prejudicial behavior based solely off their occupation. Secondly, let's discuss the developmental theory of Jean Piaget. He describes the need to master our environments, which he calls assimilation. After assimilation, we have a need for more complexity called disequilibrium, and we set out to master these new complexities. In fast food, there's very little skill involved. Assimilating to the environment comes rather quickly. The need for more complexity could be satisfied by being promoted to a higher position. However, one has probably developed a schema that degrades these higher positions as well as their own entry-level position. Therefore, it would be easy to make no distinction between being a manager or a crew member, thus grouping all the jobs within the fast food restaurant into a single category, which is subjected to the same or very similar stereotypes. Being bombarded with negativity due to stereotyping, working under fast-paced and gross conditions, does not provide a working environment that satisfies any of the workers' needs other than making money. This lack of need satisfaction makes workers unhappy and is probably why the fast food occupations are among those with the largest turnover rates. It is certainly a demotivating job.
Hi, my name is Dylan Hollander, and today I'll be discussing how being a fast food worker is one of the least motivating jobs and how we're able to connect this type of employment with the Pritchard Ashwood model of motivation. The first step of the model is a specific action that an individual exhibits, such as for fast food workers could be making the perfect bacon cheeseburger at work, constructing the burger with perfection from start to finish. If you're a seasoned employee, having this motivation to cook the perfect burger is most likely not there, as you are paid very poorly, most likely the working conditions are dirty, and oftentimes almost unbearable. There is little room for promotion or room to make a lot of money. Not to mention, at least for most people working in the fast food industry, is not typically something that is boasted about. The second step in the model is results. After your hard work has been most likely unnoticed, you have created this burger and french fries with a Coke for the gentleman waiting very impatiently in his car as the drive-through line is taking much longer and the line is beginning to stretch farther and farther around the parking lot. While you're relatively happy with your results, the customers more often than not get home and realize something is wrong with the order, or the order looks much differently than the commercial that is advertised in. The next step in the model is evaluation. In the fast food industry, these are typically done most often by the customers whose food you are making. While this industry prides itself on speed and efficiency, there are drawbacks that stem from these, such as quality of food ingredients as well as the presentation and how the food looks. Being that this industry isn't very glorious, most fast food workers I've noticed could care less about how the food looks as long as they're getting the food out to customers, as most establishments have limits on how long it should be taking the workers to receive the order and get it made in the hands of the customers. The next step in the model is the outcome. The outcome can go in many different directions depending on the employee. For most, I would assume whether a customer complains or not, the employee is unaffected. Fast food restaurants are noticed for getting poor customer service reviews and satisfaction. This is due to many factors, mostly due to low pay rate for employees. It is very hard to stay motivated and driven to succeed and perform your job to the best of your ability when you aren't being fairly compensated for your hard work. The last step of the model is need satisfaction. Being that fast food is very unmotivating, more often than not, your satisfaction of succeeding and performing your job well will lead you to not want to continue the action of putting forth your best effort at work due to the fact that you will not be rewarded or acknowledged by your bosses or coworkers. This concludes my portion of how to apply the Pritchard Ashwood model of motivation to fast food workers. Have a good night.